Well, Yasaba, I say thank you. It's a fresh day and a fresh week. Middleman Hene Komna Santima Menda questions here say what me ejina mu na abedu Mpensenpensemu bibi ekokama edimai. Make house a free sabe kopem say non kono body apem it continues to be our collective responsibility. Say the be ebedwino man Ghana ho amna kudu Mpensenpensemu a esese odu. Enti yeda CompuGhana for ase yeda Ghana Post for so ase ana ene hihye nkubi aba nso eye inter-schools reading quiz aba. I'll tell you much about it na bibia kama na afi mama eye former Ashanti regional chairman Amankwa mama no ya kosronko e ka say de ono so no offer ni mpompa da from na me adma na otwi awieye e Kumasi or no one can fee, no sir, in Shen because I also tell you things about it. That me call me chroma half on so. I understand that me hine number one hine idea o kakra if we say osusu say na say the AC Boa Ghana Police Service e wo ye potem honum no na esa kwanya timi betoma ye nya kwanya ma adehye free afori bi tutimi call eye suku post for entity suku ni bi but almost almost bomb for back okra anywhere omunya enti eye ebri osekofi ono so ya odi kese pa ahye no eye IGP so what you need to also hear us out na ya dehye no omunso ntimi nya ginapa bi o post adwuma no ntimi enyina especially when what we have done in Ahafo esimu da mama no ya adwuma mama ya gimo feso musuku foforo ya mama sase. It's fair, some also a hearing when it comes to say fight and quada and their corpus a year ejuma kunum. Nina come for no a daffo phone was shano, now phone was shano. Just be positive and think about Ghana. Yabako man so quickly in Chinua Nimintim and Wasika Krebi Baba on this letter a free the presidency by appointing Yera Ken of Furiata to another position. There are a lot of interpretations about one in sema hodo so about for kafa. But sane be this common mama paying for Akwaba. Or I will tell Abi Akwaba has been long only on social media. You are very active. Make me a brandy in Konigidis, but you are very, very active on social media. They say, oh yeah, a brandilu. Abradilou. So yeah, look at crab. I like it, and we say anyway. Now me name is all community new constituency. Once you're active on that, and they too like disseminate information. Means the constituency, so you carry them along. Say they should be part of this new year. Yeah. But they're cool honum.
Very, very cool.
Oh, manage honum come on.
Very well.
I see as a minister. I'm a minister for about your.
Well, quite a dasu jina baby jina, but last week, many the outgoing minister no, me say oba be kona misanko koni hobi o me no ochre me documents 1 minute, especially Akuse roads. 1 minute. I'm going to follow up because construction will be a joint, we say between VRA and highways.
Okay.
And I'm going to follow up seriously.
Okay, good. Also, good. Apart from
that, Krum main road, you know, that is from Somania to Bong, there, and also near the asphalt now at 222.
Okay.
That's yeah.
So apart from that, you know, you are telling your people why they should vote for the NDC.
Oh yeah, I'm telling them. Asphalt, no NDC never asphalt valley, you know, and they do midway. One buy and one but also. They left it and Nina tutu. During the period they never did any maintenance on it. Or maintaining no. Okay, so you have to ask Sanko. Dr. Sante, good morning. Thank you for your time. Mijini say, BBI Boko. Hello, Doc. Good morning. Okay, so you remember back to Dr. Asante Nafi, what you didn't come up. But say the OC cano, the end potting, I'll catch him why
the MPP should not be given the opportunity
well,
to
because so far, there's nothing to show. Because there's nothing to show. Seriously. There's nothing to show. You see, and Omahini, the fact is that Lower Manya is not an island. All the normal air costs were Ghana and affecting our people. The market women are crying, teachers are crying, we have teachers there, we have all manner of workers there. If we do near there, Ekuafo, yes. Because feeder roads, yes, almost things are not going well. And no more kusi. The hardships, it's so glaring. Ubia feel it, and
why should we consider the NDC?
Why shouldn't we consider the NDC? Why should we consider the NDC? As I said, time on NDC was so things were better. Yes. Unim, let me borrow me about Bawumia. Or see, when the fundamentals are, weak, the exchange rate will expose you. Today, the NDC left 3.99 something cedis per dollar. Per dollar. Today, it is 13 plus. What else do you want me to tell you?
Why do we keep doing those things? Because the MPP also left for you what was the dollar rate. That's why we cannot develop as a country.
No, that is not the issue. Look, let me tell you something.
Because this comprises...
You see, Mami can say, Mitchell.
Okay, so by
extension,
you are saying that the NDC is capable of bringing us back to 4 or 3 or 2 or 1.
Not necessarily bringing us back to 2, but you look at the NDC, all other things. NDC may feel power, not debt to GDP, was 56%. Today, we are over 100 and something. And then we are not able to pay our debt. For the first time, my pension, I come to see my pension, my pension has been taken away because of mismanagement. Because maybe I'm going to investment in when you haircut into say and then say the money is nowhere to be found.
The reason is what?
The reason is the mismanagement of the economy.
By
over borrowing by this government and misusing it. Look, borrowing, proper borrowing is borrowing to buy to build a terminal 3.
I did the returns, baby.
And I make terminal 3. I have created jobs. That is what borrowing means.
But you sit in parliament, is it not the case? And only Chicago do I sing in our for Hong Kong. Is it not the case?
Media, listen to me.
Then how then you come back again?
No, where am I you have majoritarian rule in parliament.
That is not the issue.
That is it.
You sit in parliament.
We sit in parliament and what? And then look, let me tell you, even recently, look at Baubian's pronouncements. He's going to what do you call it? Remove e-levy. He's going to remove what do you call it? Emission tax. Whatever. Time on kuntokwa. Ewo parliament. Parliament. Where was his voice? Where was his voice? So then I'm here from Baumia's quarters.
What was your expectation, say Vice President?
My brother, if he doesn't believe in it, he should if he really meant say or no opportunity to obey removal, he would have heard his voice say.
But Honorable tell me, this school of thought, is it not a little bit weird? Because as it stands now,
yes,
there are so many decisions that your party take care. You, in your private moments, you disagree vehemently.
Listen to me, Omahini.
But
listen to me.
What me about Bontia say NDC?
Catch me one. Ma disagree on the quiet man can one say.
No, not between me.
But listen to me. They can say, look, my friend, bro. We shouldn't forget our normal course. And then Nana Kufa will catch it. And say no dey ba wo me aba. Osi no economics no nimu. Osi no Nana do no. Wa accept say on economics no ti ase. Wa maye ba wo me ni track record. Osi no bo Kufuor. Oko Zimbabwe. Oko say ni say. And it or the economic whiskits aba. Ono no ba yaje nkwa na aba. Yaje nkwa na aba na enne baby aye wonti. Kase, one one whom dear. When didn't buy? Who brought him? And for what reason? And to the extent say even the MPP people say Baumia himself even before one father no near MPP but Akufo-Addo appealed to them say because of his expertise in managing the economy, no, they should allow him. And we be all other conditions. So where are we now?
So back to my question. Why should the NDC be considered for 2024?
Why should NDC be considered? But now all the indices, in spite of everything that happened, no, get to the GDP. We were not borrowing recklessly. We were borrowing to do, to expand the economy. And I've given you a classical example. Say, call airport. The airport terminal now, you can buy busi and you toy. And then it has.
So you will not take our money. You will not take our money to do the cathedral stuff.
No, we will not do that. We will not do cathedral. We will not. Today, it has become the most expensive hole. I mean, look, let me tell you, Akufo-Addo Bawumia's government has not ended well, and it is not ending well. Oh, seriously? I mean, they have not ended well, and between now and December, what magic? Look, everyone, Mifi, and Anadio, Mifi, Kwawu Eba. Now, me share. Sa agenda 111. Some of the things on my starting. No, expansion of that hospital, the old hospital, Enyiresi hospital.
We're fresh from the start. You saw it.
Messi Enyiresi hospital expansion.
I'm saying that you've seen that.
Etiwa constituency expansion of Enyiresi hospital. A different from that 111. 111. And no one and no one. And I make the Omuya or Hodoma. Oh, we get the Omuya or Hodoma say, look, Bibia, Omufa is on a knee jerk reaction. Oh, it's about Adena. I yet look, Omaini, my person one day, one customer from cameras, no one go found. Now, shake Jumana, you say Jumana Omuya Nakazan. In terms of quality of work, I will deliver on ground, a problem, we have pillars, I will do near there. Uboze Bibia, among when you're ready, and Omukwakwe. Oh, there's nothing. They have mismanaged this economy. And for the first time, for the first time, I jump on time. And I can't say Yentia, I jump on no day, or jump on, or can't say Yentiano. It wasn't because Yakob borrow a Yentimin Tiao. So they say. But when they borrow, I borrow. Ah, the ability to pay.
Okay.
We are unable to do it. And I for the first I see intimate. And the look, you see, if you want to look at how damaged this economy is now, and then we are not mobilizing.
The economy is
damaged, Listen, we are not mobilizing money to go and pay our debt too. But look at the way the dollar is still running. Because a lot of the time, it is when we need money to go and pay our debt, and then when the woman boy in foreign currency, and then the pressure, but yes, so Emma is to me, and Lucy was in the sun, and then that thing is not happening yet, and then who got $2?
Alfred George Kojo Thompson. Match and I put this.
Adom. Na say wa kasa pi. The way on start government no. Obisa.
Baby on me start here.
It's only fair so much.
Baby on me start here.
Now when China I say economy I destroyed
and
damaged.
And then we did say the communities no.
Yeah.
We nyina 8 years. The communities no. About 6-7 communities. My provided TV sets for them. To share programs.
Okay.
Until by this time, we are sure some more share. To me first I can no me chia woman Pauno Nwaso Blongwanya. All those who are watching it now, me chia woman. And the kono of Manyakro.
Okay.
Me chia no pa any me party for you now. Me chia woman.
So that's it.
Yeah.
Alfred George Kojo Thompson, damaged economy, and I also call for a break of the 8. More fair to Ghanaians.
Inia, Mama and Michelle, the chair His Excellency, Nana Dudankwe Ekufadechna, Obede Levasona, Obecheche Yama P. Na Medichia Kesenara Soma, Yen Frank Atuni, the humble man, the humble servant, the person you can't even name one corrupt situation against him. Obia owo aso no de tie nyimpa. Obia owo tema, owo jedi, ewo mbabu no mu. Oka say, let us help them to grow because one day they will be the leaders of this nation. Into the focus we share over 1 million towards ICT, training them in ICT. His Excellency, Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia, the man for the people, the man of the moment, the man who appreciates and understands the economy at this time. You better transform it into the next world.
But could not translate it into anything that we see now.
Who damaged people, no? Who kasa omoma won kasa bio because they are damaged, no? Because maybe sawa say who could di apple apra wo be di.
But I didn't problem with it.
Thank you very much. Into who ba said the economy is damaged. Wo be then? Why my yati and once say in 4 years no president can ever transform an economy.
Maybe his 4 years will be better than your 8 years.
Oh, I can go back to records. Under under this Fourth Republic.
At this point, the records might not necessarily be what is needed because bottom line is that Ghanaians want to get.
Yes.
I will give you. Damage party. National Damage Congress. He made a reference. Say, Omofisono. Now debt to GDP, it wasn't 50 something.
56.
It was 76 plus. Maybe see abutre.
What money?
See abutre. Yeah, see abutre. Let us explain and let us people understand and appreciate. Go and check. It was 76 plus. When we did the rebasing, in about 56. You know this. When we did the rebasing, you are parliament, you know this. Please don't go that way. Because
what is rebasing? What is rebasing?
Becho, my memo me paper ni pe.
No. What is rebasing? I mean, we are educating and informing.
Yes, I wrote everything here. Into my memo paper ni pe na kasa. Why? Now, hereby we came to inherit a debt of $30 billion. Check the records. It's there. President Kufuor oja a debt after paying everything of between $8 to $9 billion. What they are young rounding up, $9 billion. Now we $9 billion fee $30 billion more. You get a whooping $21 billion. Now, Kasa says here, no, he's at parliament. You're in debt, you're around $43 billion. Because because of the debt and the high expense, you have to even borrow and bring it down a bit to pay some of the debts off. And then we've added 13 billion to the debt. They added 21 billion. Because they will mention, a friend saying, Rage Hospital, airport. Please. Well, let's be truthful to ourselves when we are delivering on information. Because the information won't lie. And I go back to the records. Sometimes it's good to refer. Then when you come, and I'm glad say we'll be saying say, time my president Kufuor office not dollar to see the Okan no, net saying. Now it was less than $1. 9 point something, less than $1. Mobile over how many percent? Over 100+% now increase, you know. And non chain. Look at the inflation. And now look at the total inflation for the year and average it. That is what we do. Because when you look at that, you get a clear picture of the year. I mean to remember month by month. President Atamil Sibefiso when he died, inflation for that year, 2011-2012, was around 8.73%. Mahama take it over and equal 11.19%. Then he moved it to 11.67%. moved it to 15.49%, moved it to 17.15%, and ended at 17.45%. When you check under this Fourth Republic, under President Nana Akufo-Addo, he's the only one who taking over the economy. Immediately, he worked on bringing inflation down. It dropped from 17.45% average to 12.37%. 2017, records are there, it won't lie. We got 2018 now, he brought it down to a single digit. And it remained single digit for a continuous 4 years till 2021. We had world challenges, yes. 2021, no, it ended at 9.99%. I mean, the total for the year, no, inflation for the year, no average year, 2022, ne 54% for the year. Then in 2023, as at time, America now back down to about 23%. It tells you there, this is someone who took the economy and worked on it. One thing, Diagro. He didn't sit down and say, oh, he caught under IMF. And you had messed up economy, no. So I'm going to sit down and raise my hands and put my hands in the air and say, IMF in Juma. Continuously, for the first time, Mosi Omo can say they'll grow the economy by 8%. Omo ended up at 3.something%. We came and we grew the economy. It was even one of the fastest growing economies in the world. And then you can say, I'm not sure, say Dr. Baumia in UK, London, in London, echo into this crisis as it's here or more recession. I'm not sure Dr. Baumia in Estonia, in Estonia war recession. I'm not sure say Dr. Baumia in Japan, in Japan economical recession. When we are speaking to our people, no one who say at the moment there's a global economic crunch and all economies have been affected by this. It's not only Ghana, it's not Ivory Coast alone, it's not UK alone. Everyone has this unique way. Now, South Africa and 4 countries, to the extent say everybody was seeing it. We saw what happened in Kenya. We've seen what has happened in other countries. Even our close neighbors, Nigeria, we saw the queues during all this crunch started, they even started queuing for fuel. No munya fuel. Adom, Ghana, we had continuous fuel. Now, nobody would go to a petrol dump and say, or the gallon alcohol queue. Nobody was experiencing doom so because to fuel go on to say doom so ba na me their power me generator. Nobody was saying eduane ni ho medi. Yes, prices went up. But gradually we've been able to stabilize it. Our next phase is to make sure yebama prices no abafum. And I am telling you, obia say ye trust ye jedi wonomu. Ye who say excuse me, obetumi aye. Ye who say nenia brace woman ejuma enea. He's not going to sit there and tell you oh, let me wait and have a honeymoon for about 2 years. He's not going to sit there and tell you oh, mamu be ha many months because mete nyama na ekoso na say or say ene woman ejuma na wa cha nyama obeye first. Or say there high nkese ni say taxes. Or making sure taxes will come down for people to have
but that's
the
why
ability.
Why do you have to wait till whole time?
He's not in charge.
But who are you?
But he's taking credit for what is happening.
Oh, Massa. He advises the president.
When you say at the end, because this is one vice president. The uniqueness is in what his president said. Our president
not only his uniqueness. In
But
fact,
see,
he is one vice president who born a D under this Fourth Republic who be kai a Juma waye at all.
But kai in Google be already.
Oh, wait, we are kai no so. It's under him, yes.
But that's why
we've had challenges, and we haven't run away from the challenges. No, we haven't run away from the challenges. We have told you that there are issues.
How do we trust? How do we trust this vice?
Yes, let me tell you one thing. Let me tell you one thing. Oh yeah, when there was a serious economic downturn, na dollar naira is na yen to me yeshwe. He said he was going to arrest it, and he arrested it. You remember? No, I'm coming. You remember? No, it wasn't. No,
it was just in the.
And he was not the driver's seat at that time. No, he was in full control.
When was a woman a chance or coming into my area? I think you should be fair to me to give me the age. time dollar na cost no, he put one idea across. I say, why don't we go for the gold for oil policy, which can stabilize the dollar and make sure that we will be okay.
It did.
Because for 400 million every month was going out of the country to go and buy crude for us to use. But he said, listen, we have the natural resources there. And Akufo-Addo has said it before, say it is castle. But they come there. And it's true. Because we are sitting on millions and trillions worth of gold. And so yet now I say, until Obi Beba betu gold na akwaton nya kakra wom no, we will not be able to get the money to do a, and we will now have to go and find dollars and come and rectify things within our economy. No, I said no. Let us use cedis to buy the dollars and the gold from them. And then you can say when they buy the gold from them, no, either you go and sell it and use it to get your oil, amber, or you give it to someone who needs the gold and he gives you oil in replacement. Brilliant idea coming from a young man at that time. Into share way, no, it stabilizes the system. So you now go to the secondary part. How do we make sure that we maintain it and bring it down? Mm-hmm. That is what we are working on. And that is why I'm saying, say, you need to be a hot economy now, say. Now, to talk about loans, it's a good question I will be saying, no. All loans taken by this government, say for parliament, are we trying to say that all parliamentarians are failures?
That is not the issue. That's what he said.
No, but I'm asking a question.
Majoritarian rule.
It's not true.
It's not like I say, Mentiasia. Yeah. They will do na
go and check all records. How many of the loans are approved? No more working out and almost your mom penny. How many of them?
But you don't need to necessarily work out.
But you can make a case.
But you will make a case.
Master, go and check their hands. There are people also voted. He might not like it, but there are people voted for it. There are people voted for it. Okay, the way Omudragi e-levy. Okay, e-levy, the way Omudragi, because they were not in support of e-levy. Almost say reduce no. It made us become unpopular with that. However, no, we brought it down and we were able to pass it through. So in that same vein, if they felt the loan wasn't good, they need 2/3 to pass that. Isn't it so?
No, it's simple majority, please. Loan agreement, yes.
Okay.
Simple majority.
Simple majority.
So even the difference is
137 over 137. Omunkrofo nyina ba parliament. If they say no, this thing will never be passed.
No, well, it's not one thing. I mean, let me just remind you. At the time when I fighting 11 ni other loans, now Mode we say to the article so you people intentionally make sure that you activate you know whatever I will got into the question.
But we also had some of our people who were not in parliament.
No.
They had gone. They had traveled and things.
No.
Some came when it came to the final decision.
Oba parliament.
To tell you, to summarize everything, we will not run away from the challenges we are facing. There's a global economic crunch. Government upon government are having this fight against how to
government
manage.
Government upon government are cutting to size their expenditures.
Yes, and we are doing same.
You are rather maybe doing the opposite of what other governments are doing.
No, we are doing same. Go and check most of the time. Who say when we are appointing, we appoint parliamentarians who virtually take about the same amount. Most of the time, go and check. Most of them, the parliamentarians. I mean, this is records. I'll bet me check it easily. No, which Oforiata? Oforiata is not a minister. And I'm talking about ministers. Yeah, you Oforiata Fiono. Yeah, I mean Hunter and anybody.
Who is that the deputy minister of Kosha Benasa?
Another one.
They are approving it yet.
No, but they have appointed.
He's a CSO. And I say, yeah, nominated. It's not an appointment. They've nominated you. They can approve or reject. It's not appointed yet. Let us use our semantics well. They have nominated it.
Is he?
They have nominated it. Oh, they have nominated it.
But you're fan.
They can even pick him or decide, say, you're fan in November and not December. They can decide, say, Parliament can decide, say, they will not approve it.
That's why the president has given other ministers responsibility
to caretakers for the moment.
All right.
Because they can decide, say, what can we do?
Why should we consider the NPP over the NDC?
Because we have a track record of growing economies. We share time at President Kufon by we grew the economy 3 times what we came to meet it. And we ran the economy so well. Say, every time, okay, say President Kufon, no more friend at IE. Say, economy grow, economy was bankrupt, economy was, and then when we say, damaged. And so, and then the same people who can say President Kufon left a damaged economy. They are the praisers of President Kufon. Say, in fact, why are they? Because among the presidents, Amaba and this fourth republic. See, I catch yourself true. Who encouraged him?
And it's not healthy.
And he's not
allowing him to finish with the
I didn't say, yes, sir. I mean, it's like you are too jittery.
It's so
relax. You have the time. Well, me chop baby. Yeah, prepare. Charlie, why you hear me? Or say, what's the meaning? I say, you prepare. No, but there's an insult. You should be right. No,
it is not.
No, who can say you prepare more? You are not just a meaning that's to prepare.
There are times that you have sat here and you've said, say, over 2 NDC for you more, or my child say, oh, you're there.
Okay.
So I don't think there's a quarter. But say a party communication. I'm saying that there's absolutely nothing wrong.
There's party communication. No, party gives communication. No, party gives communication when you ask for when you come for certain things.
Too much.
But disrupting it too much. When you ask for certain information, and that's in fact, I send my director a question and say, oh, I need A, B, C, D. No, so it hasn't come out yet. When it comes out, I'll let you know. So I ask for information every now and then, and I work with the information. Just say, when we say Mikita NDC facts questions of the 24 watch it at the end in our womb. Say 24-hour economy.
Are you sure about that? Please don't say it. And the Felix Nakokanasem. And
I wanted to check whether
their flag bearer will be responding to these 247 and all the noise about it.
Because on the chairman, I can say there are different views.
No, but the different views are not bonisho.
But I want the chairman can say who ye juma as fitting who ye juma during the day. I can hear so hey, me ye juma no na train you na one more light.
Why are you doing that?
You didn't hear that? Go and check and say yeah, okay.
That is what he said.
Say but more light in the evening because light beba food.
I know so say can you boss abre
beba food
cheap. Cheap.
And
what's wrong with that?
Go and check with the now when you have daylight, and when you say Kaniano, and no more they won't relax.
You don't really understand.
No, maybe I want.
You don't understand the dynamics.
We are coming in every now and then. Master, you are becoming too jittery. Yes,
you are becoming too jittery. You are misinforming.
You misinformed the lot, and I brought you back. You misinformed the lot. Almost say fitter for more worry. That during the day, what bring back order, then you bring almost the light and
look at it.
Look at what you bring fitter for, or mention fitter for,
to allow this thing.
Or maintain well therefore, or mention before. Because the statement
you said about power at that period, you know.
When is our peak period? When is our peak period?
11 p.m. If you don't know, do your fact check.
It will how with that.
No, I'm not worried though. But when is our peak period? Go and check the peak period.
The people are at time.
As I would say 11 p.m. 11 p.m. here then time. 11 p.m. here then time. One can 11 a.m. or 11 p.m.
PM, that's what I'm saying.
And I do that peak period no war. Go and check from 6 to 11. Mm-hmm. That is the peak period. What happened? Now the peak period no more at light echo stroll no. And I was what the baby for. Let me ask you a question. Say who
you don't understand.
Now we got talk tomatoes 20 cedis. 20 cedis now we talk tomatoes no. We will say me the bro for 15 cedis. Sir, a Canada on who will pay?
Okay.
Now sir, Canada then we go under doom so again because 8 hours here man went to me and run the economy. To obia be yen ye ma ene wo pese wo ba na wo be ka che wo be da here. And you see I saw something this morning in the graphic and it says I'll keep my promises, says Mahama. That's just the first time, no, the promises no trying to re-emphasize.
Re-emphasize.
Oh, Should I show you a lot of? Should I give you a lot of a year? On one in Crawford can say, Mahama, or say, what can I say? One time, even under Dooms or Betran or Bema promises, I'll say, I'll not promise again that to do I'll end Dooms. So now that day, or promise
because his promises are based on what the technical people are saying.
Oh, it's another on himself technical people na ekasa
no, but
on himself technical people na ekasa chiro. Na Akufo-Addo dey technical people na ene kasa. Akufo-Addo na using our dream. He also listens to technical people. So what is good for the goose is good for the gander. Wouldn't him as a president say technical people come and tell you what is going on for you to say certain things, and when you come and say it now and maybe it's wrong now, you go back to the technical people. Then you will come and say Akufo-Addo baumia chantro we yes sir, but you don't know that those people use technical people. Where will the double standards of NDC and their leader?
Okay.
That is why we need someone okanukre. Someone okase or the oseye or your one thing I can say any free education omuka say 20 years time. Like to me years is here and then under 8 years you can enjoy free education. No matter what it is,
so,
there are challenges, but we work on it well.
A quick one.
I mean, jump in from quickly. Lot of your text messages. Lot of your text messages.
What's in your don't worry. I bet I give you.
Lot of your text messages about Thompson submissions. So I'll read them out. But my men then you make Ghana Post here. They the episode of Kwame and Nibia from one of my day. Say amane anase say batakari anase kaftana na kababi na person de kwa omsi EMS is sharing to bibia ba form kama and check how do figure na kwa manania na bibia kudu you are secured nti koswane Ghana Post phone this ikita ho no afezo mo say o person no mo edi ikita ho a Ghana Post uko Facebook a obehu mo Instagram na Twitter so omo so na WhatsApp line nko a 0542 527004. Ghana Post to say on deliveries is so secured and so smart. Computer Ghana also catch us say the upper to if IT no be electronics biano once is sharing na at the honum titu blue tech na o senko na HP na Lenovo Tecno and the kaka ni nyina no ko na ko page na ko na to be Computer Ghana ono nkrabata wo mamu baby a Fresh numbers with 0302 752 020 and afe WhatsApp line here 0243 1431 483. Computer Ghana this week she shares from comedy go akwem nti wo to me ma wo no na ne bo no so for the ma. So we post ni na so what drab here ma chawa no pay titu ye mo commander police commander wo drab no pay me chawa no team na for more great and good job more yewo jabbing. Just a few comments if you come up now what my
yo me that say them say me pese me nua ati bibiase say unti no manasia e say ubisa one say ye ka say peak period na e kire say time amount for demand power e could do after that period no who generate power ultimate store. You can't store it. And you know, one store so you have big capacity charges. We there will be cheaper. So it is better say we reduce the cost of power after 11 p.m. No? Now I'm for taking advantage. You know, they are creating jobs than to let the power waste. And I say to pay for capacity charges if you are not generating. And that is what you must take note. Now,
seven submit to me, baby. Okay.
No.
Me person me correct in the street.
Let me finish. And I just want to remind him, sir. I just want to remind the Ghanaians. So the digital space now you operate is Obi.
Dr. Badwam, don't start that.
Obi the lay foundation, you know.
Go and check President before when he was leaving office.
And then, me say, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama.
And you people don't know, don't come and lie to people.
And they lay all the fiber optics network na work Ghana has.
It's not true.
Is it under Haruna Idrisu or
No, it was under His Excellency John Dramani Mahama.
Haruna Idrisu, why a communication?
There be under what do you call it? His Excellency under Omani Boama. Yeah, see digital center. Yeah, see digital center. And then it was supposed to be used to outsource jobs. What friend saying? Companies were bruching to be among for a year more Ghana Hanu. Then saying, me say, what do you call it? Bus 20 cards, digital card, only full bus near there. Yes, about me, I go relaunch it. I go launch it on
launch a different. It's not the same thing.
Oh, come on.
Go and check your records. It's not the same thing.
Maybe. You see,
what do you want to say about
that? What I'm saying is,
Please.
you see, they have a candidate that is so damaged. He himself was damaging the home. In a sense, look, somebody will be approbating. Look, when it's used him or see him in a maye. But a do baby say no money at the end, also me a mate. Both for oil, they mean buy, and they akufa do jitum. But when everybody was crying, say, levy and ye fi hormo. Everybody was crying, say, the taxes. Bebre abeguna maso. Everybody was crying, say, ye bobo sian do no. And na ba obi or even.
He spoke about it. Check.
Speaking about what? Yes. No, be a soon. Me see, those days, no, Ofuriata Parliament. Only no the quality bag no but no better no boni tiko ko kan no mana. Because no yeah the economic keeping no but edu say wo bo say the oma ye no aboa ka wo sim no dey say me dem nka ho bi na me honestly speaking the most for want of a better word never can say my good did tell me to say he was very irresponsible, very irresponsible. And the okay, you know. Look, and now can Japan again there? Can the Japan won't be silent obey vice president or so on yet? Because no, he will never be a driver's mate. He will never be a driver's mate.
Okay, so we have more time. A
driver's mate.
On this driver mate, the next National Democratic Congress administration shall establish a fintech growth fund, which with an initial seed capital of $50 million to support indigenous companies in fostering the growth of the digital economy. That's what the former president is saying. He said Ghanaians interested in coding will have the opportunity to participate in the Coding for Employment program. That's about me.
Please.
It's the same thing about me again.
No. When did oh, please. Listen to me. Let me correct you before you move on.
Because,
His Excellency John Dramani. The policy.
Can I read this to abuse what you say?
Right, so Yasabe Damu must say lots of conversation behind the scenes. I wish. This is Kwesi Chave, MPP Ashanti Region. Good morning. And regards to your panelists, J. Kufo laid the fiber optics backbone in 2007. So that's why Kwesi Chave, Hamza, NDC, long one here, I'll read it. Good morning, my brother. It's been a while. Hope all is well with you and your family. And good man, just want to find out now that Mr. Ken Ofuriatta has been appointed as Senior Presidential Advisor and Special Envoy for International Finances and Private Sector Investment, what is then the duties of the current Finance Minister? Truth be told, I pity my brother Mohammed Amin Anta. I also want to find out from Dr. Baumia whether he will go ahead of the construction of the cathedral or not, and what is his stance on the issue of anti-LGBTQ issue. Because President Mahama has declared his stand. So, Hamza, good morning to you. Makachem, we have the next 15 minutes to wrap up. The former Ashanti Regional Chairman for the MPP, the offers in Imponda from Naotwe, the late Mr. Franklin Osei-Bonsu, 69 years. To do not friend Kwakusu. Chairman Amankwa, Unu Bakofi Amankwa. Muna Mama Shadi. Oh, I see.
Yeah,
Mama Shadi Yako. Okay, so we are back. Tell me, you know, forward, we say, sounds like era, Alfred George. Could you talk to
you? Give me some time to respond.
No, but what do you want to do? On the fringe, but that's what the president
and
will do.
And the fiber optics are
but that's what
Mahama.
But Mahama is saying this is what he's going to do.
Oh,
so what is your problem?
It's not a problem. He can do it.
Yeah.
But Nyama ya Canada.
Coding
policy. Yeah.
That been about
no,
remember. When the two of them, let's set the record straight.
Well, yeah,
let's set the record straight. No, I mean, no,
this interjection is not helping all.
No, this one I will not.
No,
you see,
you are not helping us.
You are peddling falsehood.
Because you are telling them, no, you don't decide who peddles falsehood. You don't decide who peddles falsehood. You know the falsehood you peddle here. You know the falsehood you peddle here. Before started this, you come and sit here and say, Mahama started what?
Let's deal with what the records say, so that we can build on. You want to talk about President Kufuor's issue?
Yes.
So talk to us about it.
So when you go to modernghana.com, President John Agyekum Kufuor on Monday performed the ceremony to mark the formal commencement of work of the $70 million landmark National Communication Backbone Transmission Project to provide broadband for countrywide development of ICT. That was where the whole thing started. Now, I'll give you one of the AE. Or say the proposed infrastructure will extend the national backbone infrastructure to all districts in the country and provide a national data center and a secondary data center facility for disaster recovery capabilities. And this is a loan that was approved in Parliament of $30 million, concessionary loan, 2008.
Okay.
This is for ICT. Then you come and sit here. After that, President Mills buy no Otuaso. Otuaso na President Mahama buy no so yebi. But they didn't do much. And when they did so, we also came. When you go and put a structure there, not even tables and things, now what commission?
If that, maybe tell you too much. The same the main person mamu kwa mama yena mo yeno.
Okay.
Mo anyan to say Obia play a very needful role because the MPP now claims that, but for MPP Ghana card can be. That's
what it started in Kufuor.
And I'm saying.
Then when President came, we continued.
That's what I'm saying. That
but
if we don't do those things,
the
NDC also will not sit for you to also just run him down and say, "Wow,
I agree with you, but so didn't I recognize President?
You acknowledge that Mills came to do something,
but Mahama came to do on.
Mahama also come to Adom.
President Akufo.
So it can't be the preserve. It can't be the preserve of Dr. Mahmoud. That's correct.
We are not saying that he started it, but we are saying that he has driven it to a logical level.
It's like the Ghana card. It's very well.
Yes,
but the NDC.
We are not saying that he started it. The MPP started the Ghana card.
The input in terms of the Ghana card.
started the Ghana card under President Kufuor. Now, the way we pushed it, you remember that even their chairman stated to Ghana and say, Ghana card. You remember that? Their current chairman, he was the general secretary at that time. No catch a Ghanaian and say, no NDC person should go and register for the Ghana card. Because he wasn't looking at the foresight we had in making sure that this thing will work well. So I would not disband that any president will continue. But you look at the quantum of worker, when you are doing that now, then you are getting to the right way. And I can give you, listen, I can give you the original telephony. Nyama, 78 sites were built by NDC between 2009 to 2016. Now we've built 430 sites between 2017 to 2018 and have built an additional 1,010 sites in 2020 alone. We will complete another 1,006 sites by the end of this year. What are you talking about? When it comes to ICT, you don't come anywhere near us. Please.
Omahini, you see, one say if you have a candidate that has no record of his own, has never sat down to think through anything and create anything and bring anything on board, you always want to hide certain things and you see,
so it can't
until recently,
on his own.
Until right now, even right now, his speech, all that he's saying is when it comes to the digital space, they're about me.
Yes, but it's true.
For what? Let me come. Hold it, please. Ghana card, and your novelty. Ghana card, the chip embedded Ghana card, and then was started by His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. What President Kufuor started did not have that characteristics. And then Ghana card, infrastructure, I built here. Maybe our offices near the one were all built by the NDC government. NCA, communication, everything was built by the NDC. They should give me one thing that Baumia are moved out in the day. Is so far the infrastructure for ICT is concerned. Give me one. Mention one.
Even the sites and things.
Which site are you talking about? Which sites are you talking about?
Listening.
No, which sites are you talking about? Which sites?
He wasn't listening.
You see,
listen, let me give you the whole document here. Let me give you the whole document here so that you see what
you are reading. They say, you see, they have practiced on truth now.
I don't think when Mr. Owusu was giving the ministry a press briefing, he listened to it. Maybe he's not in Ghana. Maybe he's not in Ghana.
I don't get what you're saying.
They are peddling falsehood.
When they are lying, they want to be.
Okay, see, falsehood.
The falsehood that perpetrating the fact that say it was Bawumia who led the digital.
That is not what I said.
That is what you are saying.
I said it started under President Kufuor. You are not listening. That is the problem.
It started under what?
Manka said it started under
President Kufuor.
And I've run you through the way you people built, what you added on, what Kufuor did, what you've added on, and what we have added on.
Listen, Obadia to say.
Yes.
Now you say NDC time, Ghana card, but for MPP Bano, the usage and
the drive
all over in Ghana now.
No, listen.
I say no.
Yes, but you see, one thing I say, the infrastructure, Emma and Ne, ye use Kada, a chip embedded, was a huge leap from what President Kufuor started.
Or I will tell you.
Two.
If you do that, I'll ask you a simple question.
Yeah, ask me.
You have the infrastructure.
Yes.
So why was Ghana card not in place?
No. When we came, we realized, like NHIS, the same thing. When we came, we realized the gap, and there was the need to invest into infrastructure so that the thing can take off.
I think that.
And in fact,
I think that we shouldn't be back and forth.
It's not about being back and forth. What I'm saying is that these people are shouting. Look, when you said about coding, or see Baumia the Bekan say about coding.
But it's true.
Or say Baumia aka coding.
In his policy statements.
When was his policy statement? The policy statement.
Just recently.
Dabe John Mahama Kasai, His Excellency.
No, Kasai.
UPS,
Oh, I check kaka.
Me that say, I know the people of Ghana,
you said nothing.
But I have told you here, say, Baumia is just copying John Dramani Mahama.
Normally, policy statement.
In all the policy,
or can something unique?
All of that, he's just copying. Es gracia. Also, be here if you want. When John Mahama was saying it, his people were disputing it. He levy. Or say, John Mahama can't that so be here if you want. Wabe copy. Missing whatever. Also be taxes near the man who are the forefront and championing those things, and then be here if you want. After somebody has already gone out there to say, "I'll be here if you want." Now, see,
now, when you read Baumia's policy statement, on page 20, Digital Ghana, or saying, we were elected into office in December 2016 to solve many of the systematic problems and challenges that our citizens were facing, which were highlighted in our manifesto. Example is the unique identity, the no property address, fake birth certificates, blah, 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 no also. Or say, I derive my greatest satisfaction from solving problems and have done so whenever I'm given the opportunity. Now, when you come to 63.63, at some okay, when we assumed office in 2007, as vice president, I made the decision with the blessing
and support of the president to focus on the critical but underdeveloped systems that would expand the economy, improve systems, and create jobs through digitalization. Or say, or expand it on, and even create 1 million jobs for the youth. And all these are things he said it and he's performing it. When to meet now catch him say one policy statement as vice president, time Mahama or vice president, or to me push it through President Mills say yeah, I will stand here and support the NDC forever.
Okay,
but
so
they can never give us any policy statement. And Mahama,
because he was not a driver's mate. Mahama was not a driver's mate. Mahama was not a driver's mate.
Who would Mahama Ghana card? Now, what to me here NHI renewable. You remember the one time premium they said they were going to give us? Or to me here.
You see,
but now you can sit in your bedroom.
A very responsible leader.
12 midnight.
A very responsible leader is the one.
NIA
is the one who come out
NHI card they were
and tell you say
and like you NHI card.
Let's decide the numbers.
Don't do that.
When he came, nobody facing relative apologize here. His Excellency, the late President Mills, or can't say one-time premium. When he came, almost said actuarial studies. You know who said it is not possible. He said it in Parliament. He told the people.
A lot of things that are not possible.
He told the people.
A lot of things that are not possible.
Come on.
He
told the people.
Everything
we had Baumia organizing lectures and telling us that they were moving the economy. They were moving the economy from
away from economy to non-digitalization. And we showed them the link between digitalization to production. Economy.
Taxation to production. From taxation to production. Now where
can you imagine?
When you know the same person told us, they told us we were going to protect our public purse.
Tell me.
What are we seeing now? Look, today.
What will you do as a party to change the situation we find ourselves in as a country?
Today.
One.
What will you do?
His Excellency John Dramani Mahama will never lead a government that will overborrow and give the people of Ghana haircut. He will never do that. He will never renege on paying. He will work towards paying our debts as he has ever done. He has set up the sinking fund. He set up the stabilization fund. He set up Ghana Infrastructure Fund to help in mitigating and improving our infrastructure. He also established the energy sector levy, which was going to be used. All of this were used to serve this country. And out of that,
now,
today,
we
have the trouble gas plan where we borrowed money. We bought it.
Thank you very much. Now, when you look at our budget, doctors say our share budget from the time I started to date, we will say every time our budget is heavily dependent on foreign sponsorship and loans and other things. Now he's going to draw a budget. It should not run more than 105%.
Do you believe
our previous?
Do you believe? Somebody who came out praising
he's going to move some of these huge items that into your budget, like the road projects, or PPP. So that you will come and do the roads, you will take them.
He presided over removal. What about
then when you do the roads, then he will come and use the
toll booths. The person is talking about PPP without toll booths.
Who knows what he wants to do?
PPP without toll booths.
Let's encourage our
PPP without toll booths.
He doesn't want you to
let's encourage our there's a reading
let him go on.
Baumia is just blowing hot air.
My goodness.
I mean, this is serious. Say this is how they are going to behave. Nobody should talk about from them.
I mean, when you are lying, we will not allow you to lie.
Tune into Joy Prime, Debiarada, from the 17th up to from now to the 17th of March, 4:30. Now for there's a reading quiz course between schools. I'll tell you much tomorrow. That's the 7G Brazil. I will tell me that's Thompson, so me that.
Sorry, say ne tell her I say we
program. Yeah.
Are you agree? Who can say myself a program?
No, I never did that. But you did it in a way.
But you did.
Thank you so much.
But you did it in a way.